In today's video, I have sort of a thought challenge for you, and I'll get to that in a second. But I started off my book, No Self, No Problem, with a quote by Lao Tzu. And this is very purposeful because he kind of sums up the entire book. And he was a philosopher in China about 2,500 years ago, and he said, stop thinking and end your problems. So let's fast forward to about the 1600s with the French philosopher Rene Descartes. And he famously said, Cogito ergo sum, which means I think, therefore I am. And this set the stage for much of the way we think in the West. We have this idea that our thoughts define our very existence. So you can see how different that is in terms of the thinking process. On one hand, and your thoughts and your problems. On the other, look, your thoughts prove that you exist, which seems kind of important. So there's nothing wrong with thinking. It's just that thinking is like a hammer. There's nothing wrong with the hammer as long as you're using it for a specific goal. But if you start using a hammer for everything and you start trying to eat with a hammer and use it as a pillow, I mean, everything's going to go wrong. And that's exactly where we find ourselves when it comes to thinking. So today I'm just going to have you go through one day challenge. And as you go through your day, ask yourself 4 questions. And these are all simple yes or no answers. So the first one, do these thoughts help solve a problem? Yes or no? Do these thoughts improve my life? Yes or no? Do these thoughts improve others' lives? Yes or no? Would I choose to have these thoughts if I had the choice? Yes or no? Now here's the point. If you went through all 4 of those questions and you said no to each one, here's the problem. You have a thinking problem. So the first step in any problem is to assess what the actual problem is. And so if you answered all of those with absolutely no, then we know that the problem is a thinking one. And this is the beginning of the process. So this is the first video on the series, and it was simply to assess whether we have a thinking problem or not. You probably do, most of us do. And we'll follow it up with several parts in the series and see where we go.